once in before throwing over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Goff. And this one too low.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys
like
in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Goff. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
LeJohntay Wester on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Jackson to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Ravens.
Now it's Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson. That's complete, left side to Bateman. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Jackson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack it back right around the 44. Derek Barnes able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection.
He's got a full head of steam. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 97 yards. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7, Ravens 0.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Running left, it's Henry. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 36. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
At the 23-yard line.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's gone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard
2
line.
minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 21, here's the 2nd and 9. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Looking to throw. Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams, 69 yards. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Lions 14, Ravens 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stretched the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And down it goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, and a Lion first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Goff now looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free-possession game.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here now, 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jackson. Quick hitch, complete. It's Andrews. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Play action. It's gone. Well, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Goff now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Smith in on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now Goff. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. Bates' kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Eluding the pressure right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. They set up the screen for Henry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Goff now looking to throw. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
A gain of 7 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Goff. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Bates' kick is good. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Second down in the yard. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Goff going to throw it. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Mike Green. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Wester on the return. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Finding Walker complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
Diamond shining on my grill like a flashlight. If you watching me, you wrong. Need to get your cash right. No, little boy, you wrong. You get caught, you get life. And if it's guys catch you slipping, you get high price to go viral for that Instagram. Car beam, take your life in an instant, man. Round Swiss cheese, mama, old residence. And you right here riding in the hood like the president. Need to repent, cause you bout to get dealt with. Little cousin gang. Damn, man, he failed it. 50 guys, 50, you gon' need some help quick. Not breaking bread with your brothers, very selfish. The game ain't the same, man. These streets ain't got no rules now. Head on a swivel, gotta watch the way you move around. Trusting all this, you done sent out.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Detroit Lions. The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jackson now off the bootleg. On the move to his left. Connection with Walker going across the formation. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to it.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. The pitch to Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 22. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trenton Simpson. Well, he just flew in there to drop him.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The result of the play is a safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. That is just a disaster by all accounts. It'll get marked where it went out of bounds, and this offense is going to start in plus territory. Inside handoff, Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, an ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. They get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week?
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
To Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers, 82 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead.
Ravens 9, Lions nothing.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
So far, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fit defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 9 at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Now it's Goff. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Jack Fox.
Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, now you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
To throw is Jackson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now a 2nd and 10. Henry out of the pistol. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. From the gun, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 66 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Luke now for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Makes the score Ravens 16. Lions nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, here's Goff. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Up the middle, it's Hill. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Goff.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Now Goff.
This pass down the field for Gibbs.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down at the 28. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
2nd and 10.
At the 28-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what you've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Goff.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
13 yards.
But he's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Goff now to throw. That's complete right around the 8. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Again, Goff. Now he's got it. Touchdown. Sam Laporta in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as they'll be backed up to start this drive.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now a handoff to Henry. There's a nice move. Fights through, and now a crease. He's still on his feet. He may go. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 67 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
7.
So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Goff. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Goff now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Goff.
That's complete to Laporta.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counting.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
You can see that this quarterback recognized the blitz before the ball was even snapped. So he just dumped it off to his check down and let him pick up a few for the first down.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's Goff. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Goff throwing again.
Oh, a short pass here taken in by Laporta.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They go ahead and snap it. Goff.
To the left side, he finds Tesla.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. Here comes Dortch on the return. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Now Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Goff now looking to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw here. That is caught by Laporta. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe starting to tamp down a little bit of the momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now it's gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
4th down, 10 yards to go. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. This time Jackson will throw it. He'll find Bateman once more. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Henry going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3. But could not get the ball over the chalk. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Ran into the checker flag, ran it through the